Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of FTB Evolution on the FTOG server. As you can see, I did manage to make an XP farm. Sorry, they all know what I'm doing, so they're wishing me good luck. Yeah, managed to make a functional XP farm hooked up to this remote. It is also hooked up to this remote in case anyone else wants to use it, but I'm keeping my own remote because it's really easy to walk away with this. So let's take a look inside real quick. One problem, these fans and this spawner turn off at the same time, which means they don't get blown out. So I have to come in and kill them at the end of a grinding session, but we have redstone pen here, which, if you look at this, is... Let's see, let's take this one off. Using redstone in my inventory with this redstone quill, I can paint redstone onto walls. In order to make them interact with the block, you have to do this double dot thing, so that's hooked up, and then the redstone remote is hooked to this lever. Pretty simple. These are the stats on the thing. It's just blazes, a lot of them, low health, pretty easy. And then the sword is this, so a good amount of sharpness, enough to do the damage. We have knowledge of the ages 3, scavenger 3, and looting 4, which basically means XP is not a problem anymore, and I have enchanted everything. So first things first, let's get out of here, and then I can show you all the stuff I made. Now that we're back home, let's go over our enchantments really quickly. Armor has Protection 8, Unbreaking 8, Mana Boost 7, and Mana Regen 7, and Soulbound. And they all have that. And the boots also have Feather Falling 8. Pretty simple. The sword, I found a good spell, finally. It summons Vexes around me that fight my enemies. It's pretty cool. They're pretty strong. So, we also have Sharpness 9, Looting 8, Unbreaking 8, Soulbound, and Capturing 7. So that's a decent sword. I've soulbound both of these books, because I've made 2 books now, get to that in a minute. I enchanted the shield with Unbreaking, it's really the only thing it can do. We have Piercing Soul Reaper, the Capturing Blade, which is just mending and capturing. That's for if I want to capture something and I don't want to use this sword for whatever reason. I made a Warpstone, and I enchanted a Diamond Paxel with Fortune 8, Efficiency 9, and Unbreaking 8, and Mending. So that's great for mining ore. I also made these random items for quest purposes. We have an Angel Block, which you can place in air. We have Snad, which speeds up the growth of sugarcane, I think. We have a Hammer, which mines a 3x3. Don't need that, have magic. We have a Building Gadget, which helps build. We have a Mining Gadget, which helps mine. And then we have Packing Tape, which will let me pick up chests. Going through the spell books here, because I made a second one of tier 2 because I didn't have enough space for my useful stuff and my utility stuff. So I'll take you through this. We have our Frostbolt, our Break Block, our Mage Light, pretty standard. We have our Power Leap. We have our Blink, which you saw when I got out of the Blaze Farm. We have Shrink, of course, a Dispel for the Shrink, and then a Heal spell right next to the Frostbolt. In this one, we have Grow Plant, Spell Tree, Smelt items. We have a Missile for freezing. This is for making obsidian in the nether, because I can freeze the lava. It's pretty cool. We have a tunnel 3x3, a tunnel 5x5, and a tunnel 7x7, just in case I want different numbers. We have the space right now. Moving on to our bauble setup, we have a Focus, which cannot be soulbound, annoyingly. You may have also noticed I made the other 3. Just in case I want to switch them out for whatever spell I'm using at the time. We have a backpack, also soulbound. We have our Amulet of Mana Boost is soulbound. Our Ring of Greater Discount that I made, which just an improvement on the Ring of Minor Discount that we already had. That's soulbound. Frostward Ring, not soulbound because I don't need it. Tool Belt, not soulbound, haven't really been using it. I soulbound our Iron Talisman. And then I made this. Like this. because apparently there's a bunch of phantoms in the end, and they're annoying and dangerous. So, being on a server like this, where it's fairly busy almost all the time, it's nearly impossible to get phantoms to spawn naturally, but luckily, Grok was able to help me out and provided me some phantom stuff, so I made a couple spells, and then I made this spectral talisman, which makes the phantoms ignore me. And while we're on the topic, this server is great right now because there's a whole bunch of people playing on it, and the sense of community is great. There's a lot of people, they're very helpful. Another player provided me a bunch of totems of undying, so I was able to soulbind all my stuff and make the undying thread. So we have that now, and there were a couple spells that it was useful for too. So if you are thinking about getting on the server, you want to get on it as soon as possible, because there's a lot of people on lately, and they're very nice and helpful. So the FTG community is great. Moving on with the baubles, we have the magma walkers, which let me walk on lava, and we have our crafting table on a stick, which I can open like this, which you have seen me doing in the last couple episodes. I think that's all of it. I did make some more backpacks. I'm not going to show you what's in them now, because those are for later episodes, but I did make this Inception upgrade, like this, which let me put the backpacks in there. And I upgraded our stack tier to diamond. I tried an anvil upgrade, so having an anvil in the background, super glitchy, not great. Don't do that. One more thing about that spectral talisman. We look at it, it required a turtle shell helmet, which required scoot, which you only get when baby turtles grow up into adult turtles. And I wanted to point this out because I figured out a way to get it pretty quickly, and I wanted to let the rest of the world know about that. So, if we go downstairs, you will see that turtle eggs are purchasable for 1 diamond in the market. I then plugged that into the spawner, thinking that maybe the turtles drop scoot. They don't. They drop turtle heads and seagrass. But I then decided, ugh, I'm going to have to breed turtles, aren't I? So I took 2 of the turtles, or I bought 2 more spawn eggs, and I placed them into this container here. Where are we going? Up here. I placed them in here. And then I bred them, and then they were turtle eggs. I then silk touched the turtle eggs with my magic, and then I placed the turtle eggs into the spawner. And turtle eggs can be used in spawners to make spawners always spawn babies, which means now the spawner is spawning baby turtles. And the baby turtles, you can feed seagrass to speed up their growth. So basically, I found a way of spawn baby turtles, grow them up really quick, and you get the scoot when they grow up. So it doesn't take that long at all. Now, at the end of last episode, you'll remember I mentioned we were going to check out the teleporters I got as a quest reward. And as it turns out, the crystals, you kind of just shift right-click them on a block, and then you put them in a teleporter, and that teleporter will take you to that block. So I've set up one here, which will take me to Fracture Industries, and one which will take me at Fracture Industries, which will take me back to about here. But today, we're going to take the long way, because I want to show you the road I built. So if we head out this way, we can see, coming into view, the Fracture Industries building. And right now, it's kind of just an empty building, but I'll show you how the teleporters work. Fairly simple. And then behind the front desk, and we're here. The geode guys, I removed them all, because there's so much stuff, and I don't need this much yet. But I finished what's behind this door. So, let's open this, and open this. First off, 2 little rooms here. And in here, as I mentioned before, is where we're going to do a lot of our tech stuff. So I figured, why not get some space? And I dug some space. So this is the Fracture Industries factory floor. This is where our power generation is going to go. I'm going to dig a room back there. But for now, we're using these aluminum panels. And you also may notice it's in squares. That's because someone discovered a while back that if your multi-blocks are across chunk borders, they cause issues. And there's a lot of multi-blocks in this pack. So rather than having to like open up the chunk borders and look at it every time, I decided to just build a factory floor with the chunks clearly defined, like this. If we need to, we could expand out the back this way, or to the sides. That's why I built it in this biome, because this whole area is elevated, so I can go back pretty far, before I hit air again. I'm pretty impressed with this. I dug this out using the 7x7 tunnel mode, which still took a lot, and also I did a lot of it in 3x3 before I realized, oh, I could probably raise this. So yeah, in a few episodes, not sure exactly how many, we're going to start putting some tech in here, but first we're going to want to get our power generation sorted. Now, before we head off to fight the Ender Dragon with all our cool new equipment, I wanted to show you something funny I discovered. So, between skill points and Threat of the Depths, I swim like this. Observe how fast we're moving here. Let's get close to the ocean floor so that we can see the movement. So that's how I swim right now. But I also discovered I can do this. I can run on water. It's pretty cool. Because I can jump real high. And if we point down a little bit, we can actually run on water, it seems. It depends on the angle a lot. But also, I'll show you, just by swimming around, we can launch ourselves out of the water. We are very fast underwater, and I have to be careful when I'm traveling because I can get ahead of the server even if I'm not generating new chunks. That's happened once or twice. But finally, with all of that sorted out, it's time to head off. Grok was kind enough to provide me with a Stronghold Waystone. So we're in here, and I assume this is open? Yes. But before we go, I want to show you what we're using to do this fight. So, skill points update. Mining, maxed out. We're fast, and we can mine underwater. Magic, maxed out. When we get into irons, we're going to have a lot of power. Athletics has been maxed out for a while. I wish there was a way to convert these points into something, but there isn't. Ranged, have not done anything with. We'll need to do it eventually. Melee, everything but attack speed and a little bit of lifesteal. So we have our crit chance, we have our looting, we have our reach and damage. All of that is good. Now, defense. You'll notice I have defense all the way around this track of the shield up to resistance 25. So we have 5, 5, 10, 25. So we have 45% plus resistance, which should help us with the dragon. And we have plus 6 health as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then we have some boosted natural healing by, it looks like, 15%, which helps. And you may be wondering how I took this much damage. It's not really that important, but I think that might be it. Let me double check. Cool. I am going to place everything that is not soulbound or useful in this particular instance into my inventory. Or into my backpack, which is soulbound. I'll show you, just for sanity, everything that's not soulbound. That was a good choice. I almost lost that ring. I mean, we're not gonna die. Yeah, everything that's not soulbound is in my backpack. And all I have to do now is make my final preparations. So, if we look in our Spice of Life menu, we have been eating baked potatoes entirely. But, at threshold 7, we have regeneration 1. So there is this baked cod stew, which is going to push us up past 9, which will give us regeneration. We have, using phantom membranes, recipe. Phantom membranes, you can use to make potions of slow falling, which you can use to make potions of levitation, which you can use chorus fruit in, which I have to make potions of flying. So we don't have creative flight from another method, but we have 3 creative flying potions. We have a bit of regeneration potion in case something happens there, and we have glass bottles to grab dragon's breath. These are our final preparations in order to fight the dragon, and I just need to get my hunger down to a point where I can eat this stew. There we go. Alright, we have 16 hearts. We eat the cod stew. And ta-da! We have regeneration, comfort, whatever that does. We have speed, regeneration, and strength. And now we hop in here. The dragon is dead because other people have fought it. But if we head up here, I am going to drink the creative flight potion. Make sure it works. It does. And then I am going to place 1, 2. Let's make sure our spells are useful. Freeze missile, sure. The utility spells aren't super useful, but we'll go with that. Frostbolt for the non-dragon enemies. 3. Alright. Here we go. Let's spawn ourselves a dragon. There it is. Annoying, so I'm gonna muffle it a bit. But once these all spawn in... Come on. 8. This is the last one. Okay, and... Give me a dragon. Dragon. Where is it? I don't know where it is the problem. Supposedly it is here somewhere. I can't really see, but we have dragon's breath, which I need. A lot of it. Gonna grab some of this while I wait for the dragon to make itself known. Have regen because of the food. And I also have a pasta with meatballs in case we need more food. Where's the dragon? There you are. Come back here. Now the phantoms should be ignoring us if there's any here. Oh right, I need to destroy the crystals. So, kill 1. Kill 2. Kill 3. Kill 4. Go up. And these are damaging the dragon as we hit them. Okay, let's break in there. 5. Kill 6. Kill that guy. We will kill this guy. We'll kill this one. Okay, more dragon breath for us. Grab this. As much as possible. Ow! Dragon. Okay. Come get me. Where you at? All of these have dragon's breath on them, so I'm gonna take advantage of that while I'm here. I haven't even used the shield yet, so that's fun. Oh, we have another one. More dragon's breath. I think they're all going away. We need to find the dragon again. It's up here somewhere. I wish I could see better. I wonder if night vision would help. We'll apply stealth here. Not really, it just makes it pink. But it helped a little bit. So, dragon here. Ah. And the sword spell summons Vexes. So we'll just hit the dragon. Okay, I was expecting a bit tougher. Maybe... I haven't even seen any phantoms, so... And the lightning can't hit me in the air. Oh dear, I've been knocked back. That's fine. Okay, this is terrifying. Lightning. Come on. Come back here. I wonder if it respawns anything. I've been told that the crystals respawn at some point, but I haven't seen it yet. I'm not really taking any damage, so I think... I'm very excited to see Grok's episode, because I think he did it when he was a lot less tanky than I currently am, and it should be a bit more of an interesting fight than this one. Let's just get some dragon breath. Ow, I've been shot. Where are ya? But I'm just gonna keep napping dragon's breath while I'm here. Yes. I'm actually gonna take the phantom token off just to see if we're actually... Oh my gosh! He was right. Put it back on. Okay. Yep. So, yeah, there's phantoms up there that I did not see that seem to do you down to half heart no matter how much health and protection you have. So, I think that's probably to keep you from flying too high. But, yeah. Let's get that out of the way. Let's turn on the magnet in our backpack just so we grab everything. We've got dragon skin, we have dragon scales. Oh dear, I've fallen into the... One moment. Alright, we're back. I don't see an egg, unfortunately. Egg? Or maybe dragon egg? Ignore them. Go away. Annoying little things. The crystals did respawn with blazes, it seems. So there is that. Dragon egg. Can we make it? We could make it out of dragon egg chunks. I wonder why it didn't spawn an egg. Is it useful for anything? Do I need it? Not really. Yeah, I don't really need it for anything, but we got the dragon scales for mystical, which is great. We got the dragon skin, which is useful to make a spellbook, and not much else. We got shader grab bag, we have some abominable energy, and dragon scales. I feel like these are useful for something. We can convert them 1-to-1 with the mystical stuff, and a bunch of arcane essence. Neat! So, that was the dragon fight. Huge thank you to Grok for the phantom membranes that allowed me to make that easy. If you want a probably more tense and interesting dragon fight, keep tuned to Grok's channel. I don't know when that episode will be coming out, but yeah. Check that out. Stay tuned, subscribe, all that goodness. But the interesting thing is if you look at the quest, I need the egg. So I'm going to look into that, figure out what the heck is going on, and if not, we'll just mystical agriculture it. But the only thing left in this chapter is Infinity Caves. So we're going to do that next episode. We're going to head below -64, head into the Infinity Caves, see what happens. And as a little sneak peek for next episode, I want to show you what I've been doing in the mining dimension. So we have this little one-chunk platform with some empty barrels and some orchard sapling farming. This is what I use for most of my tree needs. But we also have, I can fly now, this, which is a thing to bedrock. I don't take fall damage, even without the flight. So yeah, there's this. I have mined this all out using the 7x7 tunnel, and the results. So I made these backpacks. Episode prep, I'm not going to show you what's in there. Though I have learned, actually I'm going to show you what's in there, because I've learned that if you press the backpack button from inside the backpack, you go into this backpack. So I don't have to, like, take it out and go into it, which is cool. We have loot, which is currently empty. That's for when we do exploring. But this is what I've been using to collect stone and ore and stuff. If you look at the loot backpack, you can see 3 diamond tier upgrades. They all multiply by 8, and they all stack. So that's 8 to the 3rd can fit in one stack. Which is very important, because if you look in the rocks backpack, 32,768 items can go in one stack. And I have it on magnet when I'm mining, so I've compressed a bunch of stuff. And I've gotten all of this ore. And specifically, what I'm interested in is inferium ore, because I've done some math. And if you look here, in order to make one of every seed in mystical agriculture in this pack, I need 22,312 inferium, which is a lot. But if we look at the backpack, back in here, inferium, I'm getting above 30 with that fortune paxel that I showed you. Yeah, go away. I'm getting above 30 per ore with that paxel. So I have just over 800 of these times 30 is about 24,000, which is enough to do all the seeds and a little bit more. So I'm going to do that next episode. In probably a montage of some kind, but I also have a contraption idea that might craft all those seeds for me. But I'm also, next episode, in a montage form, going to maybe mine up all of this stuff. And we'll see what we get. Because there's so much stuff here. We're going to be set on resources forever. Like, look at this osmium. We're going to have enough to do all of mechanism in there. So that's the plan for the next little while. Next episode, we're going to do some ores. We're going to make some mystical agriculture stuff. And then we're going to head into the Infinity Caves. The episode after that, we are finally going to clear up this quest line. And we are going to go to an ancient city, because I need warden stuff and skulk stuff for these. And then I am also, in the meantime, going to explore the end, get some end self stuff, and we're going to get to level 100 enchanting so we can make unbreakable potion charms, which will be a fantastic ability. And as you saw earlier, experience is not a problem. So, yeah, that's the plan for the next little while. Stay tuned. It's going to be exciting. We're going to do a lot of exploring in the next couple episodes, so there should be some fun there. But yeah, until then, FractureCo thanks you. Later.